Welcome to episode 85 of the PACT Life Podcast. Happy New Year's. You are receiving this after January 1st, December 31st. So happy New Year's to you guys. I'm your host, Bruce Carter, along with my family. Beside me, we got first arrival, Mr. Jalen Benjamin, sporting the My Life Matters shirt.
Yes. Blessing to be here. Pick this up on our website, patbrand.net.
That is when we got my cousin, Mr. Demond.
You see it, man. You see it. Division champs had to come rep on the show today. Had to do it. Thank you.
And last but not least, you got my brother, Mr. Carter, sporting a My Life Matters same shirt as well. Gentlemen, how are you guys doing, man? Last episode before 2021 will be released in 2021. How you guys doing?
Blessed, man.
Blessed, for sure. How you doing, Demond? Division champion, as you said.
I can't complain. I'm
first round exit.
heading into the new year on a new page.
Thanks. Carter, how you doing, man? Got a new cut for the New Year's Eve, social distancing, of course.
Yeah, man, just trying to my life together for next year. Health, wealth, everything. 2021, blessings, prosperity, the shake back, all that.
I feel you. And to get things started, on a very special PACT holiday special, we did the PACTs and predicted the NBA playoff predictions for this upcoming season. But news broke to me that Jalen wanted to start off today with his personalized segment for us. So I'm tuned in. JB, take it away.
Yes. First and foremost, I would like to say congrats to my team, man, for making the playoffs since 2007. You know what I'm saying? We back. So there was a lot of chatter today in the chat, which I found to just be quite amusing about a few guys that I hold to a high regard. So, Mr. Demond, I wanted to start with you. In quote, you said, "I really ain't worried about Rodgers. It's Super Bowl or bust for my squad. We feel that way everywhere with Russ and Coach Carroll, no Kizzy." These are your words, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Glad you said that. Sir, your last Super Bowl appearance was 2014, correct?
Yes.
All right. Since then, you guys have been 3-4 in the playoffs. Russell Wilson, let's get to him. How many NFC Championship appearances has he had since 2014? 0. So you know this. So you knew that.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Derek, let's go to you. Drew Brees since 2013. Let's just dial it all the way back. Since 2013, 3-4 in playoff games. But somehow you feel like y'all won't be a first round exit. Well, only one NFC Championship appearance since 2018. Is that correct?
Since when?
Since 28, y'all had a championship, an NFC Championship appearance in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That was y'all first since when?
Since the Super Bowl.
Okay, so would you agree that Drew Brees has underperformed in the playoffs?
No, I wouldn't. I say he played bad last year.
Okay.
Well,
so
I can't even.
I remember.
He had no line.
Oh, he had no line.
Played bad.
He had no line.
Our O-line played bad against the Vikings.
Oh, okay. So he didn't play bad.
Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin.
So Kirk didn't come in y'all house and destroy y'all.
But
even Bruiser said it.
Did Drew play defense?
I'm glad you said that.
Because Drew has never had a good defense till this year. Like,
man. Get this right. You know, the Packers finally get a somewhat decent defense.
Been decent the last
settle on defense.
Years, actually.
Let's settle on decent. They get a decent defense. What happens? Last I checked, Rodgers was in the NFC Championship last year, right?
Lost,
of course. So I want to put this little stat together. Since 2013.
No, wait. Rodgers I want to say lost and didn't get no ref interference. They just lost, flat out lost. That's the difference.
Oh, you want to talk about ref interference? Hey, so did the ref throw that pick in overtime, or was that Drew?
Overtime. We already discussed. We don't have to go back to that. We don't have to go back to that. But I don't.
So Rodgers 6-5 in playoff appearances since 2013. Is it great? No. But is it better than Russ and Drew Brees? Yes. So point in case.
Jalen, wait.
Put respect.
Wait, Jalen.
Russell, put respect on A-Rod. Please stop talking out the side of y'all mouth about A-Rod.
Jalen, question. When you brought up Drew Brees and Russell Wilson, you said since their last Super Bowl. Why are we starting from 2013 for Aaron Rodgers? His last Super Bowl was 2010. Since then, let's count them up. Let's do it.
I was talking about NFC
championship. Shut up. I'll let you say
you got to get.
Can I have my piece?
Get to the NFC championship first.
Can I have my piece?
You got to get the NFC championship. That's all.
Can I have my piece? Your debate was, what have they done since their Super Bowl? Cool. I'm going to do the same thing you did for Aaron Rodgers. Let's see. Since the 2011 season, number 1 seed went 15-1 and lost to the number 6 seed Giants. Okay, we'll skip that one. Go to the playoffs the next year. Cool. Beat the Minnesota Vikings, the Christian Ponder Minnesota Vikings. Cool. And then 31-45 against Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers in the playoffs. But okay, that game wasn't close, but we'll skip that one as well. Okay, just go over it.
Speaking of Minnesota, I love that.
Dallas Cowboys. Des Bryant, do you think it was a catch? Just asking.
Would they rule it?
Okay, cool. And then they came to Seattle and lost the NFC Championship, right?
Wait, didn't they beat y'all last year?
No,
wait.
I'm going over the history, my man. I'm going over the history. Can you answer the question?
Didn't y'all just lose?
Can you help put the pieces together? I'm asking you to take this journey with me. We're going over playoff records. Yes, we'll get to that. But correct?
I'm glad you're gonna get to it.
Did they lose the NFC Championship in Seattle that year?
You know the answer.
Thank you,
Yes, they did.
The next year, beat the Washington football team, and then lose in overtime in the divisional to the Arizona Cardinals. Carson Palmer, Arizona Cardinals. We'll skip over that one. 2016 playoffs. Beat the Giants, beat the Cowboys, and then lose in the Falcons 44-21 in the NFC Championship. Cool. Then there is a 3-year playoff drought. Packers were not in the playoffs again until last year. Where handily beat my Seattle Seahawks. And then were dominated again in the NFC Championship. Why would you like me to put all this respect on Rodgers' name when Rodgers is earning this respect back? You're just making it kind of hard to.
I'm just showing you.
I just had. My rebuttal
was. Got started off hot. This is.
I like how Demond took the time out to go to the stat because my response is gonna be real simple and real easy. You know, I see that Bucks hat. Tom Brady ain't won no NFC Championship or been to one ever. And left the easier conference and came over here.
He was in the AFC.
So he's in for a rude awakening.
Is he? Because he's 30-11 in the playoffs. I mean, I'm just ready to see what he's gonna do in the NFC.
If he play us 13-12,
hey, what's the Patriots record?
It's worth mentioning that Brady is used to a first round bye in the playoffs, and he's not used to playing a good team in the first round of the playoffs. So let's get that first, and he'll be on the road for the playoffs. I don't really see Washington or Dallas as a good team, but okay.
It look like it might be Seattle, and
No, I don't think. I think they're gonna win the 5 seed, and I think
they're gonna play the 5 seed. Yeah, they're gonna play the
NFC East. But if they play Washington,
no, there's no way Washington beats us.
They playing Dallas.
I think Washington's
no way.
One at a time.
They're not a good team.
What?
I got y'all.
Washington is a good football team. Yeah.
If Alex Smith plays this Sunday and they win, and y'all see them, that won't be an easy game for the Bucks. I think the Bucks will win, but I don't think it'll be an easy game.
I think y'all could. Regardless, if y'all get, first of all, I don't care who you play, but if y'all play an NFC East team and lose, I don't need you to ever fix your lips.
You were making them like the Clippers, for real. You are.
Because they get bounced by the Cowboys or the Washington football team.
It's funny you talking because the Cardinals want to go in there and put that thing on y'all.
I don't know why you so hype on the Cardinals.
What Jalen Hurts just do to y'all?
Not
The
9 times.
Eagles? Y'all just lost to an NFC East
The
team.
Cardinals win. Don't the Bears still go?
Wait, the NFC.
Bears have to win.
Did y'all not just lose
the
to the
Cardinals
Eagles?
and Rams go?
Can I ask you a question?
Might look it up the playoff scenario.
Did y'all not just lose to the Eagles?
Bruh.
Did y'all not just lose to the Eagles?
Why is that a question?
Like I said, they finna put that Bow Wow on y'all ass. Over with. Over. It's over.
So, bro, you be gassing these teams, bro. I really don't understand.
Collar finna throw for 225, rush for about 108, about 4 touchdowns. It's gonna be a wrap.
All right. You said how Arizona clinched or how Chicago clinched, Derek?
Yeah. And the Rams already clinched. They already guaranteed.
No, the Rams are not clinched. All right, Arizona, they clinch a playoff berth with a win or a tie plus Chicago loss. So Arizona win and they're in. Same thing.
No,
with Chicago.
you said plus, right?
No, if they win, they're in. But the other option is they tie and a Chicago loss.
Okay, cool.
The Bears clinch the playoffs with a win or Arizona loss or a Chicago tie, Arizona tie. So similar to Arizona, Chicago win, they're in. But if Arizona lose, they'll make it as well. And the Rams, if they win, they're in. If they win or tie, they're in. Or if the Bears lose, they're in.
So what if all of them?
Basically, if the
Bears and Cardinals
both
lose?
NFC West teams go.
Rams and Cardinals make it, I believe.
If the Bears lose, Rams and Cardinals make it. But if the Bears win,
no, the Rams and Bears will make it if the Cardinals and
the
Bears.
Cardinals have to win or they're done.
The Cardinals have to win.
Yeah, Cardinals have to win.
But they're probably gonna win if the Rams really not gonna play these people. So then it comes to
I don't know that.
Who the Rams back up? He fast on Madden.
I know they still have Aaron Donald. I know they still have Jalen Ramsey.
Okay. I think their defense running game could potentially carry them, but I'm not.
Yeah, they could. They run it. Yeah. I mean, I want the Cardinals to win. I want the Rams to win. I want the Rams to win.
Yeah, you should.
Why?
We hope the Rams get bounced.
I want the Rams to win.
We need the Rams to get
You
bounced.
should.
I want the Rams to win so the Bears can be the 7th seed.
Let Bruiser tell you don't want to see Trubisky.
That was a hypothetical, funny situation.
I'm ready.
Jalen, close out your segment. How do you want to close out your segment, bud?
So I just want to close out my segment by, let me go ahead and just put this on record. Okay. The Saints will be a first round exit. I'm calling it now. It's on wax. Demond, I'm gonna give your team a little bit more respect. Y'all a second round exit. I feel like y'all are going to handle y'all business. And you know what I'm saying? I don't have any faith in the Rams to beat y'all without their pieces. So I'll give you that and I'll be respectful. But y'all won't go as far as you think to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship, buddy. Slow your roll. And that's how I will conclude my segment.
So wait, can you conclude your segment by giving us your NFC representative in the Super Bowl?
Oh, it's going to be Green Bay.
Thank you.
Objectively speaking.
Thanks.
Green Bay's been the best NFC team all year.
Thanks. We're good. Thanks.
So let me go ahead and put that on wax.
Okay.
Green Bay will be in the NFC Championship.
Who do they play?
If I'm wrong, 1, 2, and 3, come on here. Do whatever you gotta do. Put me on the cross.
We're really tired of it though. It's so played out. There's nothing.
Who got the Packers playing in the championship?
Tampa.
Shut your dumbass up.
The only way that could happen is if we lose first round. We both got to be first round exits for that to happen.
Oh, Jalen is so funny, bro.
2 and 3 both have to lose to 6 and 7, and then y'all would have to win
against the 3. The 4.
Against 4.
No, they'll play the 4.
Y'all would have to play 6, and 7 would have to play Green Bay. That's the only way that happens. So I'm gonna be the first to tell you.
That's not happening.
It's not happening.
Y'all will be a first.
The only way the way it's looking, y'all probably gonna play them that first game.
Yeah, the division round.
I had y'all winning that till you came over here and tried me. So now I really don't care.
So Jalen, let me ask you.
It don't matter if you care.
Who would you rather see?
Let Demond go.
Jalen, who would you rather see in the second round? The Seahawks or the Saints?
Oh, the Seahawks, without question. The Seahawks sweep. Oh my God. The Seahawks sweep, bro. But I'm saying, like you said, I'll give you this. Brady ain't the most mobile, but that's why I think the Saints gonna be a first round out because they finna face a mobile quarterback. Honestly, Trubisky can get out there and run a little bit, but I don't.
Okay.
Bears ain't beating no.
All right, guys. Let's predict some NFL playoff scenarios ahead of Week 17.
Man, crazy, dog.
All right. Who do you guys have winning the number 1 seed in the NFC? Is it Green Bay with the win, the Saints with the Green Bay loss, and Seahawks win, or the Seahawks with the Green Bay loss, Saints loss, and Seahawks win?
Green Bay. Let's keep
Green Bay, dude. Come on, man.
All right, I agree. I think Green Bay. I don't know. I hope Chicago could do it, but if not, I'm fine with the Saints playing first round. Who will win the NFC East? The Washington football team, the Cowboys, or the Giants? If the football team wins, they're in, and if they lose, whoever wins between the Giants and Cowboys game wins the NFC East. You guys got winning.
I think the football team makes it in.
I agree. I think Alex Smith's back this week.
I really do think Dallas might sneak in.
Nah, Bruce, they say Heineke taking first team reps, I thought.
I think their defense good enough to stop Jalen Hurts, force some turnovers, get some favorable positions. I got the football team making it. Alex Smith ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, and they said Terry might not play. So,
Ooh,
I don't know. The matchups.
Oh, Terry's not playing? Oh, yeah, said the Cowboys in.
Cowboys have to beat the Giants, though. Y'all think they can beat the Giants?
I think they can beat the Giants, yes.
Okay, I got you.
Daniel Jones stinks.
Who will be the final 2 seeds in the NFC? The Rams, the Bears, Rams, Cardinals, or Bears, Cardinals?
All year, I've been tough on Cliff Kingsbury, including leading to this 49ers matchup, and they just did not look like they were a team that controlled their own destiny. They came out there, they looked flat, and that's why they lost. And the Rams been here before, like fighting for this. Sean McVay is one of the best coaches in the league in my mind. I've always had to see him, and they gave us some run for the money for what it felt like we pulled away in the second half last week. But I like them to handle the Cardinals. I just don't think Cliff Kingsbury is the man for the job. I think the Rams get in, and by way of that loss, then the Bears will get in as well. So I think the Cardinals missed the playoffs.
Jalen?
And I got the Cardinals winning.
So you have the Cardinals and the Bears.
So I have the Cardinals coming in at the 7th seed. And I'm going to have – well, actually, no, that can't happen. Let me see.
Goofy.
The Bears not winning. I'm sorry. The Bears not beating the Packers. So with them being at 8-8, the Cardinals winning, yeah, they can still both make it.
You got the Rams and Cardinals.
I have the Rams and Cardinals, correct.
Okay, so you got the Bears losing in Week 17.
Yes, I do.
And you have the Cardinals beating the Rams, so both of them make it.
Yes.
Gotcha. Carter, who is your last 2 teams in NFC playoff picture for the wild card?
Rams and Bears, hopefully.
So you have the Rams winning, and since the Rams win, the Bears are in.
Yeah, but I mean, if the Cardinals make it, it is what it is.
You got you.
I would love to see the Cardinals or the Rams in the playoffs and put that stamp on our division championship.
NFC West? I got you, bud. I got you. We move on to the AFC. The Kansas City Chiefs have the 1 seed locked in, so we're not going to discuss that. We're going to discuss the AFC South. Who will win the AFC South? Titans play the Texans this week, and we know the Texans and J.J. Watt want to play spoiler. Or do the Indianapolis Colts get in with the Titans loss and a win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have the number 1 pick, who will probably get Trevor Lawrence? And Phillip Rivers came out today and announced that the Colts don't make the playoffs. He might call it quits and retire with his lovely family and children. Who is winning the AFC South?
Bye, Phillip. Bye. Bye, Phillip. The Colts. I don't think the Colts get in, man. I think they win their game, but the way everything else, last week they just gave it up versus the Steelers and Corvette.
Jet.
I think their season is over. I think everything else will play around the league due to other teams being locked up in their positioning. I mean, I think they just miss out.
Carter, Jalen, do you agree Titans win the division?
I agree.
So the Colts need the Titans to lose.
To win the division, but not make the but they have other scenarios where they could get in as the wild card.
Oh, so who's gonna win the division? Yeah, the Titans probably gonna win it.
All right, then we move on to the wild card. The Colts need either the Dolphins, Ravens, and Browns to lose, and they need to win. But if the Dolphins, Ravens, Browns win, they're in. That's simple as that.
Ravens winning, so
I think the only way the Colts get in
is the Bills beat the Dolphins.
If the Bills beat the Dolphins, and they're saying Sean McDermott said they didn't announce whether they're going to rest or not because they don't have the number 2 spot locked in, but for positioning who they would rather play. I think the Bills will play their starters because I don't think they want to see Baltimore. Because I think whoever plays Baltimore in the first round, that's a tough matchup. So I think the Bills may beat the Dolphins, and that's how the Colts get in as the 7th seed. Who knows?
I could see that, but I would play it very close to the chest for the Bills because I feel like they are a true contender as far as making it to the AFC Championship.
Right.
I feel very safe in that regard as far as it being Week 17. But in my scenario, I think the Bills would do that. The Dolphins win their game. Mason Rudolph is starting for the Steelers, so give me the Browns. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Back in Cleveland, Myles Garrett is going to wreak havoc. I think this is a game. I got TJ Watt for DPOY, but I think Myles Garrett is in that top 4 trajectory. I think this would be a game to like stomp them in. I mean, Cleveland has 10 wins. I'm impressed. So I hope they make the playoffs, and then I got the Titans winning the division. I think, of course, the Ravens win their game this week. I mean, what happened last time Lamar was in Cincinnati? I mean, that spin move was ridiculous.
He's Houdini!
I hope Kevin Harlan's on the call, but I think that's a good game for the Ravens to like have that confidence builder. No Joe Burrow. The defense is probably going to play very well. Lamar should have his thing going. So regardless of who they play, like Bruce was saying, the Bills might want to control their matchup, but everybody should be on alert for the Ravens, I think.
Carter, Jalen, do the Colts get into the playoffs as the wild card?
I think they do, bud.
You got them losing to Cut?
Mm.
Who I got them like losing to in the playoffs?
No, what team do you have dropping out for them to get in?
Probably the most likely to drop out. The Browns should win that game without them people playing. The Ravens, I don't really have a doubt. It's just really come down to the Bills if they play everybody or not. And I mean, if they do, I know they're probably trying to avoid the Ravens, but the way it's looking, if the Dolphins lose, the Ravens move up to the 4th spot anyway.
5.
5 spot. Yeah, they move up to the 5 spot anyway, and you set the Titans up with that, and then you'll set yourself up with the Colts, and you leave the Browns to the Steelers again. So they'll play back-to-back weeks. I can see that. That sounds realistic. That sounds real probable.
And I assume you agree, Jalen Benjamin, after Tua gets benched on Saturday Night Football against the Raiders, Fitzpatrick comes in and says, "Hey, you still have the Dolphins making it, or what you got going on?"
Man, I think the Dolphins can make it, bro. It just depends.
Oh, does it depend on Fitzpatrick or Tua?
It depends on which Tua we get. We know Fitzpatrick is coming in and save the day, but it depends. Really, it's gonna depend on if Tua is gonna be ready to take that step. I feel like because who they play this week?
I like the
Bills,
also
right?
We did that mid-season, late season. Who gonna make the playoffs thing? I was the one that said the Raiders and the Dolphins would be the ones to miss. So I just want to point that out.
Talk about it, Cut. Yeah, the Dolphins play the Bills, Jalen.
Dolphins get in.
So, and the Ravens and Browns win?
Yes.
Oh, the Colts missed the playoffs as an 11-5 team potentially. That's crazy.
Yep.
We need 18 playoffs. We need 18 playoffs.
Now they're gonna gas
Too
it.
inconsistent.
And they're gonna be like, no first round bye.
That might be on. No, that's not on the way. I don't think so. What do I got here? Is there any more NFL news I missed? Jalen Hurts is the starter, balling. Mason Rudolph started.
Whoa, balling.
He was balling.
6 touchdowns total. Cool. 4 interceptions, 1 and 2 record as a starter. Balling.
Cardinals lost. I don't blame it on him.
Dallas Cowboys lost. We don't blame it on him.
The Cowboys lost. Yeah, the Cardinals no.
Okay. I mean,
Because the Cardinals, he played well to me.
Eagles season is lost. I just to say he's been balling.
Him not playing that well leaves room for Carson Wentz to come back and get his job next season.
Well, Damon, since you don't think he's balling, do the Eagles draft the quarterback with their first round draft pick?
Carson or Jalen will be the starter next year.
Gotcha.
It just depends on who.
It won't be Carson.
What the market looks like. The contract may say otherwise. We want to talk. They're gonna. It's business at the end of the day.
It is business. But you can keep playing them. You're gonna lose football games and be sorry. But that's cool.
I mean, definitely.
Last time I checked, you play.
If you're gonna give Miles Sanders eight touches a game, and Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks and Jason Kelsey, and all these guys are gonna lose games, and then you keep drafting garbage receivers over studs like DK Metcalf and Justin Jefferson. If you keep doing that, you will lose football games. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well,
got you. Before we move on to the National Basketball Association, we have some big New Year's Day football games, college football playoffs. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Clemson. Number 3, Ohio State. And number 4, shockingly, Notre Dame, leaving Texas A&M and Oklahoma out as the 5 and 6 team. We're gonna do our predictions, man. We're gonna start with Alabama, Notre Dame semifinals. I think this is a clean sweep. I think Bama put them on them.
Yeah.
Not close. 40
burger. Question.
40 burger type.
You agree, Damon?
I do.
And other game, the big game, similar to last season. Number 2, Clemson versus number 3, Ohio State. Who are you guys taking?
I want Ohio State to win, but Clemson gonna win. This is the worst Ohio State team I've probably ever seen.
Yes. I don't even know why they're there.
And it's usually you know how in real life, not real life,
right, Dabo.
When it's a full season.
Man, he hating.
When it's a full season, they might lose one or lose a close one or win a close one, and then they get right and they start balling. They haven't had that opportunity yet. I feel like we're only playing 5 or 6 games on the season. So
I feel you, dear. That makes sense. Damon, I know you know who you riding with. Who you riding with, Damon?
Number 2, Clemson. You know what's going on.
But then I don't care who plays Alabama in the championship. They probably gonna lose.
I have Ohio State winning. I think they could. I know what you're saying, Cut, that they didn't play enough, and that's a very valid point. They don't got enough reps to fix the issues they got. I just think Ohio State they could pull it off. Last season, they should have beaten them, in my opinion. If it wasn't due to miscommunication. So
no,
I'm riding Ohio State in a very close game. I take them out. I take them out.
Stop the run. So that Trey Sermon thing they did a couple weeks ago, where he just ran rapid, that's not gonna work this time.
Nope.
We'll see.
You got to throw on them.
I got OSU winning. And in the championship, you guys, based on you guys' prediction, I have Alabama beating Ohio State. Mac Jones will be player of the game, or Devontae Smith, just coin flip, or Najee Harris. That boy went stupid. So one of them 3 will win the player of the game. Who you guys have in y'all Clemson versus Alabama matchup?
Alabama.
Easily. Najee Harris is going to be the MVP of that game.
Devontae,
without question.
I don't know who can guard him. So
it's either him, Matt. It's either him, Devontae, or it's gonna be Mac Jones.
The number 1 draft pick secures his 2nd title on his way to being great NFL quarterback, rookie of the year.
I'm gassing him.
Got you.
Nah, he is. He's
He'll be the first round pick, but I don't think he winning no championship. It's not about what you could do as an individual. That's not a better team.
He's a winner. It's really that simple. He's a winner.
He was a winner when he came in and lost, 6.
I mean, he won a championship. He has a championship. He has a championship. You respect him.
He beat Bama.
I got you. Before we move on.
He didn't just beat Bama. I want to make sure that is understood. He didn't just beat Bama. He beat the hell out of Bama.
The brakes. Actual.
Thrash Bama. Let's get that correct. It wasn't close. How they start saying all those? Hey, Jay Terrell, pick 6 down there. Who's Alabama quarterback at that time, Jay?
That's what I'm saying. That team.
Who?
I'll take Mac Jones. I'll take Mac Jones over Tua.
Over Trevor Lawrence? Over Trevor Lawrence?
That was Tua that played that game. That team wasn't That team wasn't.
Well, you said you take Mac Jones over Tua?
Yeah, I'll mess with Jalen.
Smoking dope.
Before we move on to NBA, Devontae Smith, he's in the Heisman conversation. There's a pretty good chance he actually wins the award, which is incredible. I think, who you guys taking, Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase, best receiver in next year's class?
Oh, Jamar Chase, by far. Like, yeah. I don't want to be disrespectful, but Chase is better than
we ain't
Devontae.
seen Chase play in a year, bro.
I don't care if I ain't seen him play in 3 years. He's better than him.
Okay.
Dude is a freak athlete. Look what Jefferson doing in the league. He's better, and he's better than him.
I'm happy that the two best receivers in the draft are from Louisiana. That's just a heart.
Are you asking me who's going to be better in the league?
Yes.
And I'm taking Devontae Smith. And the reason I say so is because I think that they'll be able to use him. Like, teams will want to use him differently, similar to how he's being used at Bama. So may see him on the punt returns, kick returns. He's an explosive player like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if teams take that into consideration.
Same thing about Ruggs.
Wide receiver number one. He's a
wide
receiver one. So
what do you say?
I said I don't think he's gonna last long on the kick return.
You.
No, Jalen funny, bro.
Bro, he's gonna be the better receiver, bro. It's plain and simple. Y'all know it. Too bad, too strong. Route running is unbelievable. His release. I mean, he basically gonna be like Julio, just a little bit shorter.
Oh, all right, Mel Kiper with your NFL comparison.
I love how many people get the Julio.
He's a monster. Look what he did to AJ. And AJ was a great college corner, and he's shaping up to be a very good NFL corner as well. Keep that in mind, bro.
Should have caught that interception, AJ. Keep your head up.
Man, he had it.
Keep that in mind now.
Technique was perfect on that play.
I know he should have had it. That's what I said.
It's okay that he dropped it, bro. The Falcons didn't need him to catch that. Like,
I mean, the third pick right now.
See where the Atlanta.
So them winning that game is just to be. Oh, we beat the Chiefs and talk about it. What's the point if that draft pick gonna be dropping from the top 4?
Raheem Morris wants to be the head coach. That's why.
Top 4 pick me. I'm sorry.
All right, we move on to the NBA, buds. We have 4 weeks of NBA under our belt. We're on NBA week 2, actually. What are you guys' biggest takeaways? I have some questions aligned for you guys. We do takeaways first and my questions, then we can move on. JB, we start with you, but NBA takeaways. Let's get to it.
Brooklyn running away with the East. That's my biggest takeaway. Them guys is just too good, man. When healthy, clicking on all cylinders, they don't look like they will be beatable in big games. So, I mean, I feel like they'll run away. I haven't really seen much from Milwaukee to show me like, okay, they're going to be better than what they were last year. Coming out, they just gave up 130 points to the Knicks, but also just blew the Heat out by almost 50 last night. So the inconsistency with their play is my biggest thing with them. In the West, we all know who's coming out the West. Like, the Lakers. I thought the Clippers was going to at least put up a fight, at least somewhat. But they just got blown out by 51 by the Mavs. So,
but they beat them opening night, though.
Yeah, that don't matter. You lose by 51 by to the Mavs. I don't care. No, you just don't lose by 51. But at the same time, man, it's just like, who's really beating the Lakers? No one. I see no team over there that could contend with them at all.
You didn't see the Blazers just drop, like, put them, like, just beat them? Gary Trent going off, Dame going off? Like, what are you saying?
My 2 seed.
I like it. That'll get you 5-1. No, 4-1. I'm sorry, 4-1.
Oh, gotcha.
They'll be Lakers in 5.
I got you. Standing on that, I got you. Damon, what are your NBA takeaways so far, bud?
I mean, I knew the Kyrie slander was gonna come back to bite some folks. I'm not gonna say any names. Just you want to talk about it? Kyrie B's about it. He's an artist on the court, and he just shows that. But I want to talk about the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers are as good as we thought they were. They're 2-2 right now, but like they have looked good. And like, I mean, I just don't see anybody beating beating them in 4 games. That's all it comes down to. Like, I don't see anybody beating the Lakers in 4 times, and I don't see anybody beating the Nets 4 times besides the Lakers. So, like, I mean, that's what it comes down to for me. I think we're just on a crash course. I mean, this is what I already knew. LeBron and AD are going to dominate the West, and KD and Kyrie are going to dominate the East. It's really that simple for me.
Gotcha. Carter, where is your biggest NBA takeaways from this week and a half of NBA play?
I want to see if you talk about the Pelicans.
I mean, I think the Hawks look good. They did good for that first week. They surprising a lot of people. A lot of people got them on their radar now. The Magic are surprised. I didn't think they'd be undefeated to this point, to be honest.
Markelle Fultz, put some respect on his name.
The Clippers got embarrassed by the Mavericks. I loved every moment of that. Lakers look like the Lakers. They're gonna lose games and stuff. I mean, it is what it is. Coming off the shortest offseason ever. Luka still got the magic, and Porzingis is supposed to come back in a couple weeks, so that's gonna be dangerous. And my last takeaway, who I want to talk about? I will say Brooklyn look good. They're not bad like at all. I never said they was gonna be bad. I just don't think they're gonna come out the East, but they look good. And I think the Bucks as well. After the way they beat the Heat, they trying to make a statement this season. And I didn't expect them to hit no 29 threes in the game. I didn't even know they had the shooting ability to go crazy like that. So that's my biggest takeaway so far. And this, what has it been, 7-8 days, 9 days?
Yep. Got you. As we welcome in Mr. Johnny Mars. Johnny Mars, how you doing today, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing well this evening. How is everybody else, man? I appreciate you asking.
We're good. I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Biggest NBA takeaway through the first week and a half. Let us know.
The Hawks are going to go to the Eastern Conference Championship because
Wow.
they have a really great three-point scoring team, chemistry. Their players have been together for a minute for those that are there starting, and then those who are reserves. They're getting it together, and surprisingly enough, they figured it out. And I think that if they're able to beat the Nets tonight in a close one that they're in right now, that'll make a statement to the rest of the NBA that, you know, this is a top team. We knew that they'd be a playoff team. We said that last week, but we didn't know they'd most likely be a top 4 playoff team, which is what.
I just want to say real quick, like I'm watching them, and Trey is doing this move where he's coming off the screen and got guys trailing on his back, and he's forcing like James Harden-esque free throws. He's getting to the line at a ridiculous amount. I think people are understanding the hype around Trey. Like he might be not just us as fans, but like the respect he's getting call-wise, every night dropping buckets, assists. The Hawks are winning now. I mean, he has 23 points, 10 assists, and he shot 13 free throws. 14 free throws. Like literally, I just watched him make another one. So that's what I'm saying. Like the Hawks could be dangerous. I don't.
John, I agree with your statement that the Nets. This is a statement when if they beat the Nets. I agree with that 100%. Going back to your predictions of the NBA playoffs you made last season, the Hawks were nowhere on your list. What changed? Like, what did you notice that made you want to suddenly believe in the Hawks and even an Eastern Conference finalists?
Well, the list that was posted officially was, I said the Hawks were going to go. I said they'd be a playoff team. So I don't know if that was just misunderstood, but I do think they will be the AC. That was last week. I still stand by that. However, I will say the Knicks are a great team as well. That's another takeaway. I don't want to tell y'all I told y'all so on the Knicks, but Julius Randle having triple doubles, the first Knick power forward to do that since the 80s. First Knick to do that since Alfred last year. So I think he's going to carry the team over. But the Hawks, I mean, bro, like they're shooting so amazing, like, and because they're shooting at a high level, and because they have, I feel like, a social aware type of coach in Larry Drew, I think they're gonna be pretty straight. So that should take them to the Eastern Conference Finals if they keep shooting like the way they are, because everyone is hot. And not to mention, their defense is getting better too. I know you see the Nets put up 90, but they have to. The Nets have to put up that many points to score with them. But Cam Reddish is coming along as well. And if Cam Reddish develops into that two-way player that they need, like he ripped KD earlier, and he's been guarding him for most of the game. But KD got like a triple double right now. But it's just the Hawks. The Hawks are a great team. I think you know what I'm saying. Like they'll make some noise when it comes down to May, June, and we're looking at the playoff seeding. They'll be at the top.
I kid you not, Trey is shooting more free throws.
Before I got a couple of takeaways. I start with some winless teams. We have the Washington Wizards and my Toronto Raptors. Raptors
Not a
0-3, Wizards 0-4. The Wizards, I said in my prediction, I expected them to struggle, and this is a part of their struggle. So I do have them figuring it out sometimes, just getting reacclimated with Russ, like fixing like what lineups work, what lineups don't work. So I did foresee that. I did not foresee the Raptors being 0-3. I think them not being in Canada is stripping away of their power, similar to the Black Panther. Like there's just something wrong with Toronto right now. I just don't understand what's going on with them. Another takeaway I have from my week and a half is the Memphis Grizzlies will not make the playoffs. I think losing Ja Morant to injury and Jaren Jackson still coming off of injury, still being hurt, I think that will hinder them. I think post All-Star break when they're like want to make a push for it, I think it would be just too late. Do just the injuries that just wrecked their season. So that's my another takeaway. And last but not least, Jalen, I've been documenting the Wiggins season with you since the season started. Is Andrew Wiggins finally figuring it out, you guys?
Andrew Wiggins has been going crazy his last 2 games.
13 points game 1, 12 points game 2, but game 3 and 4, 20. Game 3 in the last game against, I believe it was the Bulls? Or no, it was the Pistons. 27 points game 4. Warriors at a 2-2 record, averaging 18 points per game. Is this the Wiggins you've been trying to tell me and Cut about, Jalen?
Yes, he's a good player, as you can see. Not a superstar, not an all-star, but a good player. And he's proving that he is a good player. It's just going to take him some time to get acclimated into that system. And the Warriors are going to start winning games, which they have.
Above average player. Above average player.
Good. He's a good player. Don't hate, bro. Stop hate. Get the hate out your heart. I don't know.
I'm pretty right about
I'm
the
not
Warriors.
Andrew Wiggins. About the Warriors? About how they making the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they're pretty good.
All right, one at a time. All right, Derek, you go.
I was just saying, average don't mean you're not good. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, y'all get very disrespectful though.
Dude.
Average don't mean you're not good. You made it to that level.
You're the same person that said T.J. McCollum wasn't an all-star.
No, that was me. He's not.
All-star last year.
TJ won't be an all-star. He won't be an all-star this year.
I told you our reasoning, but if you don't make the all-star game, you can't be an all-star.
That's facts.
Kyrie made John Collins fall. No cap.
Stop giving us live updates.
I just saw it. It was pretty crazy.
Is he not he's a star in his league.
That'll make you an all-star though.
Bruh. It really should.
Don't make you an all-star.
I mean, okay, Al Horford made an all-star game. Is he an all-star? Al Horford made an all-star game. Is he an all-star?
No.
At the time,
okay,
at
then.
the time,
all-star. Are you not catching on?
your position fluctuates through season.
Al Horford is pretty good though. He's pretty solid. He was a former top 10 pick.
Where there were twos getting in over him. I mean, bro, it's plenty of seasons you could point to and be like, okay, he could have made it this year, or he could have made it that year.
Well,
Look at Bradley Beal, averaged 30 and missed the All-Star game last year. That's ludicrous.
He wasn't winning, Jalen. Your team wasn't winning game. It's simple.
Just like how they're not winning now.
It should be simply off of who's the best player.
That's facts, John. They're not winning games now. So
Bill and Russ in the Pro Bowl. In the Pro Bowl, you get recognized for your play, your individual play. It should be the same for the NBA, in my opinion.
Too many good players. Like
that's what I say.
Pick people that lose.
It's luck. Okay.
Real quick, Bruce, to add on to your point about the Grizzlies not making the playoffs, Jaylen Brown has 44 points in the third quarter.
Jaylen Brown is fine.
Against Memphis.
You're playing Memphis, though.
Against Memphis.
Like in total? I thought you said in a quarter he has 44. I'm about to say,
he has 44
3 quarters.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The Grizzlies are cooked right now for the next couple of weeks. It's okay.
And that was one of my takeaways too. Before Ja got hurt, I was gonna say I really feel like no cap, every NBA team has a chance to make the playoffs. Not to win it all, but I do feel like every team has that chance. The rosters are good enough to compete. It ain't really been that many blowouts. The only blowouts we've seen is when player management and they're
No, there's been a lot of blowouts this year.
But that's what I'm saying. Those players aren't playing. Like the Bucks, when they played the Heat, Jimmy wasn't playing. Jimmy's not letting that happen. When the Clippers got blown out, Kawhi wasn't playing.
But Paul
So
George.
a lot of these blowouts, Paul George, I mean, bro, that was ridiculous. I don't know what happened, but they came back and won the next game by like 20 or 30. So they're going to be straight. Regardless, if a player that's a star for the team don't play, we're going to see more blowouts. But regardless, if they do play, then we're going to see a lot of more competition, which makes me believe that any team in the East or West has a chance to make a playoff run in their respective conference. So except the Grizzlies now, because Ja and Jaren not being there, like I think it's gonna be too far back. Like they're not gonna make it.
I think the deficit will be too large for them to overcome.
There are too many good teams in the West. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know how many games he out. It might be like if they play 2-3 games a week, he out 3 weeks. He might miss 9, 10, 12, maybe 12 max games.
That's only like 60. It's only like 60 left.
But he was dropping 40 in the games he played, so I could see them actually being okay.
He did drop 40 the first game.
Wait, did we talk about the Pelicans yet?
For them first.
What, Jalen?
Did we talk about the Pelicans?
We did not.
We got beat by the
recap, man.
Got beat by the Suns bad yesterday. I mean, I didn't even watch it, to be honest, but I saw the stats. Chris Paul and Devin Booker not even the reason they lost. So Cam Johnson went off, I saw. And then Zion looked good. B.I. looked good. Lonzo looks like he's not playing bad. In one game, he hit 3 threes. The question mark that me and my fellow Pelicans fans are having is Eric Bledsoe. What are you?
Yeah, your fellow.
He scored like 7. Like he's averaging like near 7 points. He scored 7 yesterday. He scored 7 the game before that. And everybody like that's not gonna cut it. And
he's useless.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Bledsoe is not on the team by the end of the year. So that's just what it is. But defensively, he blocked DeRozan for game. We was up by 3, and DeRozan shot a 3 to try to go to overtime, and he blocked it. So defensively, amazing. Mentor-wise, probably amazing. I don't necessarily he's not getting the buckets yet, but that comes with whatever.
On the contrary, though, I feel like Drew Holiday, who Eric was traded for, he's not having the best of seasons in Milwaukee either. Like right now, their team just happens to be really, really good.
Score a lot, but he will clamp. He's gonna clamp people.
Eric Bledsoe's not going to score a lot. But the system before he got in was B.I. operating really as the playmaker of the team and the scorer of the team, with Zion being that second scorer as well.
But Lonzo's the playmaker. But B.I. is the best scorer, so the ball automatically goes his way.
I feel like he's averaging more assists this year than Lonzo.
He is. He had 6 last night or 7 or something like that, something crazy like that. So,
I mean, he's one of those players where he does need the ball in his hand to be effective. Like,
and that's why he wasn't good. Wasn't good with the Lakers because he didn't have the ball in his hand.
Because he didn't have the ball in his hand, right? And Lonzo, I mean, he's not that type of player, but Lonzo just don't care. Like Lonzo just like
Lonzo off the ball has got him better because JJ Redick been working with him. So he
he's trying to get his shot like smooth and solid, consistent, which is what y'all need, consistency. I think Lonzo not scoring like at least 15 every single night is gonna hurt because you can't expect Zion to go off every night. Obviously he's not. I expect B.I. to average 25 a game. I'm sorry. Like you're supposed to. You're the star. You're supposed to. Because he averaged 24, 23 last year?
I think it was 25, 26.
I think he averaged more than that.
He was like 25, 26, I think, last year.
Exactly. But Zion's gonna give you hustle and energy, and that should transfer throughout the team. I mean, y'all I like what y'all doing right now.
Rotation seems short. They don't play that many people. Like Kira Lewis Jr., our rookie from Alabama, he don't play that much. The Kill don't really play that much. Nicola Melli, I haven't seen much of him. I think it really be like an 8-9 man rotation. So the bench really is JJ Redick, Josh Hart, Jackson Hayes. But I mean, I don't. Like I said, I picked them to go to the playoffs, but I honestly don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't make it. Like I don't expect Stan Van Gundy to come in there and just be a switch like that to get him going.
Yeah, that's facts.
But go ahead, bro.
Actually, I have 2 questions for you guys, 2 NBA related questions through the first week and a half of basketball. I'm gonna start with the Orlando Magic, the only 4-0 team as of December 30th, 2020 at 9:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why don't we put respect on this Orlando Magic team? They're 4-0, off to a great start with that young core. Why don't we not? None of us had them going to the playoffs in the East. Like, why? Why don't we respect this Magic team?
There's no star power. That's all.
Well, I think we have to. I think we have to, honestly realize that they do have stars on their team. Dang, that was a deep three by Kyrie.
They're not NBA like stars, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think Vucevic is an all-star.
Should be considered a star.
Vucevic is good, but he just not. Again, he's not like a flashy type of person you would.
They don't have superstar power. I think that's a real difference. But they have star power. Like Terrence Ross is a star. Like he's a really good six man. Like probably top 3 6 man in the league.
Averaging 21 points per game.
Dennis not. Thank you. And Dennis isn't a six man no more. He starts, so he can be considered the top 3 six man in the league. And he probably will be at the end of the year in a consideration for it.
Wrong, but it's just again, bro. It's not. When I say star power, I mean they're not NBA stars, whatever. I mean they're not selling out arenas. They're not attracting people to come see them play. They don't have that.
No,
I think every other team almost has that in one person. Every other team in NBA literally has that in at least one player. Oh, I'm gonna go see Jimmy Butler. Oh, I'm gonna go see Kobe White or Larry Markin, or when they're gonna pick somebody to like out them, out of their team. Oh, I'm gonna go see. You think of a team that's not that good. DeRozan. I'm gonna go see DeRozan. I'm gonna go see LaMarcus Aldridge. He a vet.
The Spurs got some pretty young talent that's exciting to watch.
They don't pick people that they got a name.
But I agree with you. I mean,
but they got college stars, that people that were good in college. So like RJ Barrett, that's gonna draw a crowd. As far as the Magic,
bro, do you know what Julius Randle is doing? Bro, it's fun to watch Julius Randle, bro. This man, he's doing the same thing as Jokic.
Pelicans, I want us to keep him. He hoops.
He's a hooper. Like he's a hooper.
Yeah, I was just
him. Bro, somebody a hooper when they average 5-6 turnovers a game. Like, they're a hooper because he wants the ball in his hand.
Well, yeah.
Russ averaged like 5-6. LeBron, Rose, all them. Like, you gonna average turnovers if you trying to get your team right. Yeah, trying to get your team involved.
You're right about that, John.
I like how you slithered Rose in there, John. That was smooth.
In his rookie year, Rose did have a lot of turnovers.
My last question before we move off for NBA. This Houston Rockets team, their first game postponed due to a COVID crisis with some of their players. They're 0-2, a negative 7.5 point differential through 2 games, and James Harden is going nuts. Leads the league in scoring, 39 points, 12.5 assists, 5 rebounds. It's like Harden. He seems I want to say he seems committed to playing basketball, NBA basketball. Do you guys think he will finish his season in Houston, or do you still think he wants out? He's still putting up stellar numbers. Had a bad turnover against the Blazers and was clearly frustrated. He wasn't nonchalant about it. Do you think he will buy into this Steven Silas system? I think there's a chance he may.
I don't.
Honestly, Brew, he's going crazy, and I don't think those numbers. Nah, James Harden is fine. Like I thought he wasn't gonna be as good because of all this drama and the weight that people said he gained, but that man is still hooping. Like he's a hooper. The problem is, ain't no other hoopers there in Houston right now. Like it's just, I don't know if y'all heard that, but it's just him. And until John Wall come back, which we get to see Wall in his first game tomorrow, he finally off the COVID list. We're gonna actually see how that deficit that they've been losing by, how that shrinks. Because they've been getting blown out. And it's just like, dang.
Yeah, because Boogie hasn't been playing. Their second leading scorer has been Christian Wood, who has been bursting onto the scene, maybe a possible MIP candidate. 27 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal through 2 games. He's been picking up the lack of production from Cousins and Wall being out due to injuries or COVID or whatnot.
I think he'll thug it out with Silas, because when Wall comes back and Boogie comes back, they're gonna be a different team. Because John Wall is still a really good basketball player as well. And I don't know if people just need to see it first. You know how like a lot of people I need to see it to believe it. Like Wall, he's gonna make some people believers again. And I'm excited for that. Hopefully they win games. They were supposed to be Portland in that first game. It went to overtime, I believe.
Right.
They lost. So, it ain't like they trash for real. They just need all their pieces to get the full picture.
Jalen, how do you feel? Do you think James Harden will stay with the Rockets?
No, I think ultimately he still wants out. He's gonna do what he do just because people, talking and he's a competitor. No one's ever doubted that, but the guy's unhappy. He doesn't want to be in Houston. I don't see this lasting past the All-Star break, honestly. I really don't, because I really don't. He'll be shipped off to somewhere. May not be Brooklyn, may not be the Heat, but he gonna be gone. 100%.
It need to be Miami, because Miami looking like they need somebody else.
Speaking on the Heat, though, the Heat are up on the Bucks right now. So with too many.
Oh, that's without Jimmy. Oh, that's what's up. Is Giannis playing?
I don't know. It's 116,
Yep.
103.
Giannis is playing.
That's fresh off of that. This is fresh off of back-to-back.
It's a definitely back-to-back.
Good game, but I'm excited for the night game, the Blazers and Clippers. So,
how do you feel, Carter? Do you think they should trade James Harden? Do you think James Harden will still be traded from the Houston before the season is over?
I think it's time. Sometimes you gotta know when it's up. Time is up, but I feel like they are less likely to. Ooh, he made it. I feel like he's less likely to. They don't want to trade him because they know once he's gone, that's like a rebuild. They're gonna end up hitting a rebuild, and they don't want to rebuild.
You might as well do it now versus later, when you don't get nothing for him. When he leaves, whenever his contract up.
He got 2 years, so they could trade him next season after this one.
I wouldn't wait that long.
I wouldn't either.
They've been rebuilding this year.
I know it's business, but I'm all about if you don't want to be here, you ain't got to be here. That's just me. They ain't gonna never make nobody feel like they stuck. You ain't stuck. Goodbye.
Find that tutor.
I gotcha. Any more NBA news before we go to music? But I got a little segment for John because he missed the NFL segment.
Oh dang. Hey man. The Bears are going to the offs.
Talk to us, John. Are they beating the Bears? Wait, John, tell me
all y'all need to know.
Wait, tell me which scenario. Are they beating the Packers to get in, or is Arizona losing to get in? Which one? Which scenario?
As you know, there are multiple scenarios to get the Chicago Bears in their postseason for 2020. However, I like the scenario where we flat out smack the Green Bay Packers. And Demond, send me my 50.
Let's go.
They're sweeping us. Because they're not sweeping us. So, of course, I like that scenario. But Kyler's foot is hurt. So, hopefully, they sit him because, he doesn't need to play.
They're saying Kyler will play golf and Cooper Kupp will not for the Rams. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't like to hear that. but we are going to have to, we got to fight like hell. Trubisky job may very well be on the line. This may be the game that says, okay, we're going to have to see franchise tag. I would franchise tag Trubisky after this game if he gets us in the postseason and keep him another year. I think they can run it back next season.
Wait, okay. Okay. Franchise tag. I believe the franchise tag is $30 million currently. I think 35 million for a quarterback. You are willing to pay Trubisky $35 million to be your quarterback for another season?
Yeah.
No, I would rather draft Trask.
I mean, like, why would you?
If any quarterback go get a decent quarterback first.
John, wait, before I let you go, you don't think you're being fooled because Trubisky was doing this last season, having a great December after a tough stretch, and the ownership didn't pick up a fifth-year option, but they stayed with him. You don't think he's fooling you again?
Trubisky's only lost like 3 games this year. Like, he hasn't had that bad of a season. Granted, there have been some miscues, but that was early. And I do think that resting or sitting a quarterback for an extended amount of time and letting them see the quarterback position played live from someone else's point of view is helpful. And that happened. So with him being sat out this year, that's giving him the boost that he needs. Hold on, one last thing. I got you. This man saying draft blast. Like, I don't want him. But the point is, any quarterback that comes out the draft will have to be significantly better than Trubisky. And I don't think there is, but what are the chances the Bears making a postseason, which I believe we will make it, are going to have a seed that gives us that quarterback? It's just not likely. So I think at least either look at one at free agent, look at a free agent quarterback, which the Bears in the last 2-3 years have been terrible getting free agent quarterbacks, or just sign Trubisky again, which is probably the best bet. Like, I think in all of your quarterback scenarios, you got to stick with Trubisky.
He's not worth $30 million. I'm not tagging him for $30 million. It's not happening.
John, I got
it's just not happening. He's not on that level. However, And in terms of your quarterbacks, this is the best quarterback draft since the one y'all blew when y'all picked Trubisky.
We didn't blow the pick on Trubisky. Like, he's a good quarterback.
Y'all picked them before Mahomes and before Deshaun Watson.
Traded up, then traded up to get them. Gotta add that.
Y'all blew it, and it's okay because
Right,
I get it. You wouldn't know that. Y'all went ACC over Big 12.
Well, you should have known Deshaun was better than Trubisky, not Mahomes.
That was the norm, though.
Deshaun.
Yeah,
Mahomes,
I was mad about that.
Whiffing on Mahomes is one thing, but apparently Sean Payton and Andy Reid knew. They said that them two knew that he was like that.
He had 50 touchdowns like his last year in college.
And then he also, even though they got beat in the Texas Tech game against LSU when we had Leonard and that team was stacked, he still threw for 400, 4 touchdowns, 400, some crazy like that. So that's how I guess Sean watched that game and was like, and then start looking at film, and then Andy Reid do his homework too. But yeah, bro.
I think it's always gonna be difficult to gauge a quarterback's.
I think this draft is closer to that though. I think y'all could even I don't think Mac Jones gonna be a first round pick. He'll be there.
Can get Mac Jones. Can.
I think the first round pick quarterbacks in this draft are Trask, Trevor obviously, and Justin Fields obviously, and maybe the BYU guy. And a lot of people are sleeping on Trey Lance, so maybe Trey Lance falls to y'all because they saying since he didn't play, they don't know about him. Black quarterback.
I feel like, okay, I'm gonna say this: the Bears' defense is good enough to at least win games, like a few. But they're gonna be superstar teams next season that we play, and you're gonna have a great quarterback to beat them. And it's like, in my opinion, the Bears' defense isn't getting any younger. Like, yes, Jalen Johnson has come on and been a terrific acquisition this year, but Khalil, Roquan, Robert Quinn, Danny Trevathan, Kyle Fuller, Eddie Jackson, like they're all aging.
Y'all defensive line is the oldest part of y'all team.
Right, and linebacker core. Roquan is young, granted he's like 25, but I'm saying if you get a rookie quarterback, that means you have another year, 2. There's a chance we get a Patrick Mahomes next year, man. Like Patrick Mahomes is a once in a lifetime type of quarterback that comes in and win a Super Bowl in his second season. Like no one does that.
The point is that. Like we was talking about with James Harden with the Rockets.
And Nagy not even 5. Nagy not that 5 of a coach. What if we need a new coach next year?
Talking about the Rockets, y'all gonna build. You gonna rebuild now, rebuild later.
That mean we'd have to trade key pieces, in order to get future key acquisitions.
Don't necessarily have to.
So you content with just making offs?
I'm not content with making offs. I think this is a Super Bowl defense. I think the defense is good enough.
John. If y'all face the Saints, do y'all win?
We played them this year with Nick Foles. With Trubisky, we have a better chance. The offense likes them. The chemistry is there. The defense has gotten better. They play for each other, literally. When Trubisky makes a mistake, the defense knows they have to have his back.
Trubisky might learn how to read.
John, I believe in you, brother. I said the same thing.
He read blitzes well. He don't know how to read zones.
We don't play zones.
Do a lot of disguises.
Yeah, we do
disguises. Trubisky we trust. And he a mobile quarterback. I think
Chicago.
He might tear y'all boys up for about 80.
And Allen Robinson also has just notched his 1,000-yard season. And that's because of Trubisky twice. So, I'm not understanding.
I'll say this.
This man's accurate.
I'll be afraid of the Bears. I'll be afraid of the Bears if they drop off Green Bay this week. A Green Bay team that plays all their starters. They beat Green Bay. Then I might be like, this might be a tough out. It might be. But I got to see it first. Damon, what were you about to say? You were so.
Y'all barely beat them.
You said he's what?
Not deep throw accurate, but play action over the middle.
No, he ain't accurate there neither.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Every single highlight that y'all showed me of Trubisky being inaccurate is a 20-yard plus throw. Yes, we know 20, 30 yards. We don't have big plays like that. Like, we don't. Our offense don't call it. So how can someone get better at something that the offense isn't calling? It's not his fault. We are a play action zone, run the ball down your neck type of team. David Montgomery has the second most yards after contact this season. So y'all need to be scared of our run game too, because they're getting better.
Yes, that's my point. I think this Bears team is great when they're able to get David Montgomery the ball and he gets big yardage, big plays. If there's no run game, I don't foresee this Bears team being great. That's my opinion.
You know why David Montgomery has been better? David Montgomery's been better in the
Talk
last 6 weeks? Because Trubisky is starting. And when Trubisky is able to zone read, use his legs, get outside the pocket, and actually get down the field, that opens up the offense for David to run and more holes for the defense to have to try to fill. So it's very much a capability for us to have an offense that is elusive. Like, we're capable of doing that. It's just consistency that I'm actually looking for. And if we beat Green Bay, like, we're going to need statement wins. So I'm happy that we get to face them. And I hope they play all their starters. But, we got to win.
We're over here taking 15 minutes out of a podcast. Let me check my watch.
We got some Bears fans out there, man.
Hold up, man. It's been about 15 minutes, and we talking about a team making some noise that don't even have 10 wins. 10 wins.
It's gonna be funny.
Didn't lose to the Giants.
First round exit.
We didn't lose to the Giants, and they had Saquon.
You're just talking, man. You really just like.
I mean,
I'm not.
Y'all did lose to the Giants.
Let me hit it. Go ahead, bro.
Y'all did lose to the Giants.
You said what?
I mean, it's a fact.
Oh, new music.
Y'all a threat. Y'all ain't no threat.
New music.
Before we get to new music, but I'm gonna stop right there before you give us the rundown. Let's review Playboi Carti's third project. I don't know if it's an album. I think it's
highly
an album.
G-A.
Whole lot of red. Jalen was eager. He said he sat with it, ready to give his honest opinion. We'll start with it's an album, his second studio album. Carti, start with you. What were your biggest takeaways? Was this a good album? Is this better than Die Lit? Why did he push it back so long? Because some say this is trash. DJ said it is trash.
I think the looks will save him from all that criticism because a lot of those are going to be leaked songs. However, I downloaded on first day or the first 2 days, I downloaded 11 out of 24. That's not good. However, those 11 that I do like have been growing on me. So I do have to go back and listen. For a first week grade, I can give this a C-.
Okay.
It was not worth the hype that he made. The years, it was like a years of hype. It is not better than Die Lit. It is not better than self-titled Playboi Carti. But songs like Bino and King Vamp and Die for Guy and New Neon and the songs that are growing on me.
The last track, Flaw.
They're growing on me, so I'm digging it. I just think, again, you can't really judge his stuff off the first listen like you can for Lil Durk's. It's just not. It's not equivalent.
Gotcha.
And I think the concert aspect matters as well with him. You hear some of these songs at the concert.
I agree.
In the mosh pit or turned up with your boys, you're gonna be vibing out.
Got you, Jalen. Do you share the same sentiment, or do you think this is an all-time Playboi Carti project?
This is not an all-time Playboi Carti project, but it is his second best project behind Die Lit. I have it graded at 20 songs that are good. 20, I got it going 20 for 24. How about that? And I'll be willing to, okay, Rockstar Made I did not like. I'll be the first to point that out. Rockstar Made I did not like it.
Wait, before you continue, did you like the Kanye verse?
I love Go To.
Oh, okay, I got you. Keep going.
I did not like Control on that time. And I didn't really care for the last track, to be honest, but it's decent, but I didn't really care for it that much. But everything else for me, I really love. Dog, I Love You, I Hate You, that Pierre beat, it's angelic. Like, can you put Carti on a Pierre beat, he gonna snap every time. King Vamp, that might be one of the best beats I've heard all year, honestly. Like, honestly, it really might be one of the best beats I've heard all year. Plus, you know what I'm saying, it goes along with the theme of the album. I love a theme with the albums. Like, that's my thing. That's why I hold The Weeknd's album so highly, because he stuck with the theme and he killed it. And I feel like Playboi did the same thing, stuck with the theme, and he killed it. I mean, we really gonna sit here and say we didn't like Stop Breathing? The Metamorphosis track is good. Slayer. Come on. New Tank. The Vamp Anthem. Come on, bro. New Neon.
You know how to sell. You know how to sell it. You know how
You
to
name
sell
all the
Why
songs
you
I know.
hyping it up so much?
That still
it.
ain't 20
Exactly,
songs.
bro. You know how to
Just
sell
that
it.
it's good. It's good. I'm saying neither one of y'all have sat and listened to this album multiple times. You probably listened 3 or 4 times at max.
How many
And
times you
want to
listen
pass
to
a
it?
judgment. At least I listened to it for a whole week. Whole week.
So how many times? Give me a number.
I probably listen to it about like 2-3 times a day.
You listen to a whole week, Jalen. You should be lying because it's only been 5 days.
I did.
Since it dropped. It's only been 5 days since it dropped. Stop
I'm saying I've been listening to it for the whole week.
It's been
Nah,
6
you
days.
said
For the
eight.
whole
Dropped on
week.
Thursday. It's been 6 days.
Dropped on Friday.
I'm saying.
No, I
Smart
thought
ass.
Durk dropped on Friday.
No, Durk
It
dropped
dropped on the
Thursday.
5th. It dropped on the
Durk
25th.
dropped Thursday. He dropped Friday.
30th.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to it since it came out.
Okay. Demon, your thoughts on this Playboi Carti? That's your boy.
Before I get into my analysis, is it better than Durk's album?
No.
Why you?
The Voice,
they make
Lil
totally
Durk's The
two
Voice,
different
he just
sounds
dropped.
of music.
I didn't ask you that. I said, is it better?
It depends. It depends on what you want.
I didn't ask you
It
that.
depends
Is it better?
It depends. No, because on certain days I'm gonna like Durk's album more than Carti's, and then on certain days I'm gonna like Carti album more than Durk's. It just depends on the mood. You gotta understand, bro. Music. You gotta understand how that works. Like they in two different fields. Durk is street rapper. Playboi is what he is. Vibe creator.
Voice.
Jalen, why can't
dude,
you just?
You got one dude talking to the
Jalen,
street,
you just answer his question. Is it better than Durk's project?
I just answered it.
It is a yes or no question.
like we know there's different types of music. Do you think it's better than Durk's project?
I don't feel like it's. I don't feel like you can compare. But
just say yes or no. Why do you think
that means no? That means no. He doesn't think it's better. That's what that means.
Yeah, if he thought it was better,
yes, it's better. Yes, it's better.
It's not better.
Well, anyway, Jalen, you're a funny guy, man. The album is solid. I like a lot of beats. I mean, we were listening to it like we were doing a live pack listen for a whole lot of red, and I said that he traded in the baby voice for yelling. That's what it seemed like to me. So, I mean, I'm gonna let it grow on me. I let Dialect grow on me. A lot of people didn't like Flatbed Freestyle. I know for a fact I didn't like the song with Travis when it first came out, and Carti already said there's gonna be a deluxe. So I'm hoping we get the deluxe before New Year's, but it's looking unlikely. But it'd be nice if he dropped it as like a surprise. I think Drake's dropping on New Year's Day still, right?
Who?
Drake.
That's a legend. That wasn't confirmed, but
I would like to see that. But I would like a drop to start the new year. I think Carti or Drake would be lit. But as far as Whole Lot of Red right now, it gets like it's a B- for me.
B-.
Because the songs that hit really hit, including New Neon, which is one of the leaks, one of my favorite Playboi Carti leaks. But I mean, outside of that, until the Cudi track, I mean, I felt like Cudi had to save the album. But I mean, it's Cudi; he can do that. But besides that, I mean, Carti, it got better towards the end for me.
Last one, at least Johnny Mars. Did you enjoy this Playboi Carti project? What was your review on it, buddy?
Enjoy? I mean, I wasn't in the mood to enjoy this album. You know, like, there's some songs and some albums that you got to be in the right mind space and right atmosphere to actually be like, yo, this is hard. I wasn't in that mind space. Maybe all of us was together and we were super lit and we was just, you know, in a faded type of space. Might have been better. Off first listen, you know, I obviously didn't listen to it 3 times like my good friend Jalen, but off first listen, I do remember it pretty well because the beats were memorable. I think it's like a B, like a solid B. It's not bad for the genre of music that he released it under, that it was expected to be understood as. And with that understanding, I think that the beats matched it. Lyrically, I can't say every song had substance, but I try to listen to what the artist is saying and see if I can connect with it or to see if it's relevant in today's times, obviously. And I think that a lot of his music wasn't so much I was able to connect to, but I was able to understand, you know, like I said, it's a part of the genre it was released and intended for. So not bad album. I mean, the songs that I pretty much like, if I had to say, Metamorphosis, obviously. I definitely appreciate Bino. Jump Out the House, favorite. King Vamp and stuff. mean, it's some good songs. The beats are pretty, like I said, memorable and stunning. So I got it as a B. Not his best project. Dalit was better just because of the energy I felt like he had recording that and how it was released. And like y'all said, concerts, going to a live event to see this people. It's not.
We've created memories to Dalit, so it's different. So we got to let this sit for a little while, see how it goes in a setting where everyone's lit, and then be able to judge it, whether or not it's better than Dalit. But right now, I can't put it over Dalit. Can't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And since Cut just walked out, we'll just discuss Lil Durk's project, The Voice. I enjoyed that album. I think the death of his, the death of King Von, I think really changed, like added more depth to the project. I think those songs are really originally wasn't intended for that album, but after his tragic passing, I think Durk just added those songs, references, went back on work on a few tracks, and that album is pretty good. It's not better just because y'all waited, but the Voice project album is pretty good.
I agree. Definitely. I would listen to it way more than the previous or aforementioned artists that we just discussed. However, it's always good to hear Durk drop, because one thing about Durk, you never have to worry if this project is gonna be good. Like, and I'm starting to like that about Durk, because I feel like personally, every single project he released, like, he's getting better. Like, these albums, they're starting to sound more complete. I think he's starting to understand his sound more. And unfortunately, there are things in his life that keeps happening that we as an audience want to hear. I think that helps as well. Unfortunately, King Von dying being the most recent. But his albums are becoming, I feel, more and more complete. And we love to see that from artists. Like, grow. Like, I felt like Playboi might have taken a step back with this album. I'm not gonna say, like, I don't think this pushed him ahead. Like, okay, yeah, like, that's my boy. But did you outgrow? I feel like you still gotta have respect for who got you to the platform, or to the platform that you're at. You know what I'm saying? People say, listen to my old stuff. But that's like Kevin Hart new special. I hate to kind of make it, comedy. That's like Kevin Hart new special. Like, I ain't really rock with it. And yes, he was getting better in his series, but at the same time, he was regressing. So I feel like as an artist in music, you gotta get better. And Durk is still in his like climatic part of his career where he's trying to reach the climax. I feel like he's still not there yet, but he will get there.
When he first started, he started out 5, then he dwindled down. Like, he's back, and he's back and better than ever. I feel like Carti came in and was like, Carti was Carti. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone was rocking with him. He's grown, but he hasn't grown as much as Durk. I'll give you that. He hasn't grown as much as Durk. Where Durk was like a few years ago, no, I would have never guessed Durk would be in the position that he in right now. He about the second. I'd say he's like the second hottest behind Lil Baby.
I would agree. I'd agree. Top 2 for sure.
Yeah, he top 2 for sure.
I think. But I feel like gonna take that third spot. No kidding.
It just be you feel that soul in that man music, bro, and it's a lot of stuff you can relate to. So it's just, I don't know, especially with 2020. 2020 has been a traumatic year for everybody. So I feel like, this music right here, I mean, fits the mood.
Gotcha. Cut Carter, you can give your the voice review before you take away with new music. Then we get our top 10 albums of 2020 out of the way.
You can get denied in UK.
You're on mute, bud.
The Voice. I love the album. Got a lot of replay value. Favorite songs are Refugee and Not the Same. But it's really like from beginning to end is something you can really listen to and ride to. It's not a long listen, only 41 minutes. I like that. It's only 16 songs. That's my boy, man. Been a fan since high school. So, but I will say it was a moment when, like, I don't know if he was with Def Jam or wasn't with him, and it kind of like I stopped checking for him as much. And then, you know, I go listen and I'll be like, I wouldn't finish it. But now, he in his bag. I think he the best out. I mean, him and Lil Baby, he the best out, like, to me. So I'm happy he dropped some. I wish he could tour and do stuff like that. So hopefully 2021 he had that option. But he the album, it's like a A to me. I ain't gonna give it an A plus, but it's I could, but it's up there. I like almost every song.
I appreciate Durk dropping multiple projects this year. Like Baby, he dropped the deluxe. I don't know if you consider that multiple projects. Baby just being hot on a lot of different features, but for Durk to drop multiple projects at separate times of the year, I think that's pretty notable. Especially for the end of 2020. I'm curious to see, what music we gonna start the year out next year with, and if those artists are able to set the tone. Because I felt like 2020, looking in review, was a pretty good year for music. Like I think in the last 10 years, it could be probably looked at as one of the top 3, top 2 type of musical years, and I'm grateful for that. We got to live through it.
Yes, sir. I agree. I got it number 2 on only 2018. There was a lot of good music that dropped this year. Hoping they were saying we was supposed to get a J. Cole album, so I'm guessing we're gonna get that next year. Drake's album, of course. Need some new Travis.
You changed the Carter job?
I was just saying,
Cut, let's do it. Then get these albums out the way. Oh, you don't got no new music.
I mean, I don't know what the new music is for the week because we don't know yet.
Don't matter. Let's do it. Let's do our top 10 albums then.
Yeah.
Top 10 albums of 2020. Crazy year 2020. Want to end it musically. When you guys get this, will be 2021, but musically, you want to hear what our top 10 albums of 2020 was. Is anybody ready? All right, you guys. Top 10 albums of 2020 to wrap up the crazy year that was 2020. JB, you take it away, bud.
So, man, I have no honorable mentions, even though a lot of great music dropped this year. I'm going to go ahead and shock the world at number 10. Whole Lot of Red, number 10 for me. Number 9, I have Slime and B, impeccable album by Young Thug and Chris Brown. Really love that project. I have Man on the Moon 3 at my 7th spot. No, that's my 8th spot. And then we have for my 7th spot, My Turn by Lil Baby. Great rap album. Enjoyed it. After that, we got Wanna, the Deluxe. Me personally, I thought that Gunna's album was better than Lil Baby's, just from an album standpoint. So then we're transitioning to Dark Lane Demos. That damn Drake, that damn Aubrey. Love it. Then from there we have Just Cause Y'all Waited Too. Really like how my boy Durk came on strong this year. At first I wasn't a believer, but my boys put me on and showed me the light. And yeah, that boy be spitting. Next we have The Life of Pierre 4, the Deluxe. The first one was by far one of the greatest projects I've heard of 2019, but when he dropped the Deluxe, I was like, wow, you spoiling us? Just a great album. Next, I have Eternal Take, the Deluxe. I mean, Uzi, what can you say? He showed out this year. And then my first album, the best album of the year of 2020, After Hours by The Weeknd. Beautiful masterpiece. Just outstanding work. And that concludes my 2020 albums. Top 10 albums.
Got you, bud. John, you ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. As y'all know, this is no slight to any artist out there that is doing a thing. I feel like this has been a terrific year of music. And I appreciate every artist that has taken the time out of their pandemic life to drop music and, give the fans what they want. I really appreciate it. No cap. But there can only be 10 albums ranked in my top 10 2020. But I will take the time right now to give a few honorable mentions to a couple of artists. Janae Aiko, Chilombo, you dropped that and a deluxe, and you had Summer going crazy. You know how I feel about you. If you don't, you're beautiful. But shout out to your album. The music is also shout out to the album. It is also popping. Tommy Impala, early in January, kind of alternative artist. But Tommy Impala, I definitely like the sounds I heard from that. I think it's called Slow Rush, or it's called Tommy Impala, and one of the songs is called Slow Rush. Very good. Two more here. RP to Juice WRLD. We did lose you, I believe, this year. But we heard Legends Never Die posthumously, however you pronounce that. And I really did like that album. Like Legends Never Die had a lot of good songs on it. If you haven't heard it, posthumously, there we go. If you haven't heard Legends Never Die, go check it out. Pretty good. And my last honorable mention, Megan Thee Stallion, you dropped Good News. I thought you had a lot of good samples on that album. And you did your thing and responding to Tory and really giving us still some music we could listen to beyond just whatever the instant was. That's my honorable mentions. Now let's get into my top 10 for 2020. Coming in at number 10. Man, this is one of my favorite artists, and I like that he dropped music every year. Trippie Redd dropped Pegasus. Very good album, solid R&B, kind-ish, rap-ish. Good features on there with Chris Brown. Really good. Number 9, again, another artist gone too soon. Pop Smoke, shout out to you for giving us some songs and recording this before you were able to, or before you left this earth. Shoot for the Moon, Aim for the Stars. Go check that out if you haven't. Coming in number 9. Number 8 is shout out to Don Toliver. Travis Scott, thank you for finding this artist. Heaven or Hell, this album is amazing. Like, really was amazing. Started January in 2020 off right, and I'm hoping that we can get some more music from you, Don Toliver, next year. Number 7, Changes by one of my other favorite artists, Justin Bieber. Yes, I am a sap, and Changes did it for me. Thank you, Justin Bieber, for dropping that. We know you went through that whole mental health scare. Shout out to you for being back on track and overcoming the struggles you went through and being real enough to talk about it in your documentary. So shout out to you for dropping that album, and the movement was lit. Number 6, Man on the Moon 3, obviously, Kid Cudi. I ain't gotta say nothing about it. I'll let my peers here who are gonna put him on the list as well speak about how they feel. Number 5, I have Anniversary by Bryson Tiller. Man, that junk is fire. That junk is fire. Pretty much for the most part, did it himself. Didn't have too many features except for Drake, and I really appreciated that album. Number 4, I have Wanna Deluxe. That junk is too crazy. Last week, I did not say Met Gala was my top 10 songs, but I went back and heard it after they advocated for it, and I've been playing it 3 times a day. Like, it's so far. Like, you really can't get whacked in the back of your car, if you know what I'm saying, if you don't own that. But number 3, my number 3 album was My Turn by Lil Baby, Atlanta-based artist. He dropped the deluxe, had a hot year. It's only right to put you in my top 3 albums. Number 2, I have, Dark Lane demo tape by Drake. We talked about it before. We actually recorded this segment, and this was a complete tape. Most of us have at least 11 or 12 songs downloaded out of the 14 that it presented. So shout out to Drake. We're looking forward to the album on the way that's coming. And then number 1, After Hours, like Jalen said, The Weeknd did his thing. We love an OVO EXO collaboration. When they are at the top and dropping music in the same year, it's going to be a good year for music when that happens. So shout out to them for leading the way. I have them at my top 2 albums of 2020. And let's get to 2021, man. That's it.
Damon, take it away.
Can you go before me?
Want me to go before you?
Yeah.
All right. I got 7 honorable mentions. I want to point out these albums. Pop Smoke, Shake the Room. Meet the Woo too, excuse me. One of my favorite songs out there is Shake the Room. Another honorable mention, The Weeknd, After Hours. Lil Durk, The Voice. I just couldn't put that in my top 10 because it recently came out. Chris Brown and Young Thug, Slime and B. LeVon James, King Von. My 3rd favorite song of 2020 is on there, Down Me, featuring Lil Durk. Also King Von, Welcome to O Block. Rest in peace, King Von. And also, last but not least, honorable mention is Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, Pop Smoke. All right, my number 10 album of 2020 is The Lava Pier 4 Deluxe.
How did I not have that?
Number 4, Number 9, Rico Nasty, Nightmare Vacation. Number 8, Gunna, Wanna. Number 7, Big Sean, Detroit 2. Number 6, Lil Uzi Vert, Eternal Take. Number 5, Don Toliver, Heaven or Hell. And now these next 4 albums were just the cream of the crop. Don Toliver, Heaven or Hell included. Number 4, Flo Milli, Ho, Why Is You Here? That album is fire. Number 3, NBA Youngboy, Top. Number 2, Lil Durk, Just Cause Y'all Waited 2. And number 1, Mac Miller, posthumous album, Circles, is my number 1 album of 2020.
My turn.
No pun intended. Yes, sir.
You'll be here all week. My top 10, my honorable mentions are going to be Wiz Khalifa's 2 mixtapes that he dropped this year, Big Pimpin' and It's Only We, Bro, not on Apple Music, but those resonate, probably in my top play. Number 10, Circles, as Bruce alluded to, his number 1, Mac Miller's posthumous album. I think that was maybe the most beautiful album, in my opinion, this year, in terms of like just being put together. Number 9, Welcome to Old Block, King Von. Number 8, Back to Back, Rest in Peace. All 3, Mac, King Von, and now Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. It's my number 8. Number 7, EA Deluxe for me. Number 6, My Turn Deluxe, Lil Baby. My number 5 is Dark Lane Demo Tapes, Drake. My number 4 is Wanna by Gunna, the Deluxe. Number 3, Just Cause Y'all Waited 2 by Lil Durk. My number 2 is A Love Letter to You 4, the Deluxe from Trippy. Even though this album came out in 2019, I jammed it a bunch this year. And then the Deluxe did drop this year, so I was listening to it again. And then number 1, I mean, you're seeing a pattern here. After Hours, The Weeknd. I mean, we knew it when he dropped Heartless. We knew it when he dropped After Hours, the single, the album title track. We knew what type of album this was going to be. He had the theme. He put it, the videos. They did it all. So, and he's proved it last week in the PACT why he is the artist of the year, has the album. And he's number 1 for me in my top 10 albums of 2020.
Gotcha. And last but not least, the music aficionado himself, Cut Carter.
All right, honorable mentions. I'm gonna just hop right into it. Man on the Moon 3, Kid Cudi just dropped too late to make it. The Voice Lil Durk also just dropped. Ungodly Hour, Chloe and Halle. It's good. It's just I had a couple other ones ahead of it. Early in the year, Funeral Lil Wayne. I blasted it a lot. I had a lot on there. Early in the year, I had to go back to my top 10 albums and it was on there.
Are you dead ass?
It's in my honorable mentions. I had to mention it. Regardless of what he did post the album, early on in the year.
It don't matter what he did. It does matter. Let me not say it does matter. What are you dead ass putting Lil Wayne Funeral in your honorable mentions?
Listen, no. So let me continue. Dark Lane Demos in my honorable mentions after talking about it, and I realized that I had a lot of songs downloaded off it. Ho, Why Is You Here, Flo Milli. A Love Letter to You 4 Deluxe. Slime and B. Heaven or Hell, Don Toliver. Shoot for Stars, Aim for the Moon Deluxe. Pop Smoke. And this album almost was in my top 10, but I couldn't take Lil Baby off. So Pluto and Baby Pluto featuring Uzi. I think that was a project that if you didn't hear it, you slept on it. And Future and Uzi both went crazy on it. So yeah. So now my top 10. Number 10, I have My Turn, Lil Baby. The singles on this album meant so much to me. I couldn't like remove it. It's too many songs like singles and street singles that I like. Number 9, The Life of Pierre 4, Pierre Bourne. Number 8, we have F the World by Brent Faiyaz. I just discovered Brent Faiyaz this year. When I heard this album or this EP, whatever it is, mixtape, I was just like, wow. You really put like, it's a lot of emotions in there. Also a newly discovered artist for me, Young Blue. I have Love Scars, The 5 Stages of Emotion. He's from Alabama. Been on the scene for a minute. Used to be with Lil Boosie a lot. Great little EP, 8 songs. It's smooth, and he got skits in it with like arguing with your girl. Very, very creative, and he's very talented. Number 6, I have Pray for Love by Rod Wave Deluxe. Rod Wave this year, Rod Wave took it to a whole nother level. The singles like Girl of My Dreams, and On Deluxe, he had Letter to Houston. Number 5, I have Eternal Take Deluxe, Lil Uzi. Number 4, I have Wanna by Gunna. Number 3, I have Top by Youngboy. I don't know. Before I got a like real COVID lockdown or whatever, I can't remember when I didn't play this album getting in the car. Number 2, I have Just Cause Y'all Waited 2, Lil Durk, my boy. Back just took the year by storm. And then number 1, as they said, a recurring theme, After Hours by The Weeknd. I love everything about that album. Masterpiece.
Period.
PACT is greater than Grammys.
No Kizzy. Is there any news breaking?
Damon Harrison
currently
has been claimed off waivers by the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, he said he wants to play, and maybe this is his chance to play.
We definitely gonna win now.
Max Harrison. John, you remember that conversation I had with you, bro?
Any news breaking? Is that a podcast? Like, what are we doing?
It looks like a podcast, bro.
All right, and this will conclude episode 85 of the PACT Life Podcast, 2021 episode, recorded in 2020. Yes, sir. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're available to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube, I believe. Follow us at PACT Life Pod or PACT Life Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Yes, sir. Beside me, we have late arrival, Mr. Johnny Mars.
Hey, man, early voting is done in only a few places, but if you missed the early vote for the Georgia viewers here, please make sure you go next Tuesday to handle that. And we get Ossoff, and we get Warnock, and we get the Senate, and we get these $2,000 checks, and we get all
yes,
that and much more. Johnny Mars, 2020. It's been a great year recording.
We have the My Life Matter twins, Carter and Jalen.
Hey, man, it's been
y'all boys in sync for real. Same.
Yeah, it did.
It's been a blessing, man. If you haven't already, man, visit our website, pacbrand.net, buy some merch, support Black-owned businesses. You know, that's all I would have to say about that. Been a great year of potting, fellas. Really have enjoyed the experience and look forward to more and more years of doing this.
Yes, sir. Zoom made John and Jalen active on the pod. Boy, look what Zoom be doing. We bring us closer together.
How we all gonna fit at that table you had?
Them boys too far.
Them boys off far. Oh no, where you can make it work?
We could potentially make it work. Maybe we can start meeting at locations out in public somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Just an idea. Something different.
Jalen leaking pod information, sensitive pod information. I see. And last but not least, we got my cousin, Mr. Damon, host of Every Yards Matters.
Division champs, Super Bowl champs soon, man. Seattle Seahawks, go Hawks. Make sure you check out episode 10 of the Every Yards Matters podcast. You know, the PACT Life Pod. 2021, man, we're going to hit 100 episodes, man. Big things 2021, man. Got new music dropping. Every Yards Matters going to take a lift off, man. We got some PACT brand merch. We're going up for the new year, man. But hope y'all along with that journey for us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Next week we have NFL playoff predictions ready on tap. This is the most excited I've been for NFL postseason in a minute, so I can't wait to talk about those games in depth. And of course, I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, signing off of 2020. Welcome in 2021 with the podcast, with my family, with the guys. And we are out of here.
New PACT Life.